Not all that much, actually.
Sorry.
I mean, do we really have to do this?
I'm going to leave you to sort it out.
I mean, seriously, do we have to do this? I mean,
Is it on?
It's on now.
I mean, I have to make stuff up. I have to lie that I like them too.
Sorry.
Okay, in my most serious face. Good evening, Jews of
Okay,
Sharon.
let us stop it, please.
I wanted to say about Rabbi Forenmuth and also in particular Rabbi Weiner, the Rosh Kollel, that they're very much Ohev Yisrael and very warm and embracing, encompassing, transcending whatever kind of Jew one is. And I will give you a perfect example of this. This past Sukkot, I happened to have the good fortune of meeting Rabbi Weiner and his family on Yantiv, and we were chatting. In the midst of our conversation, there were these two bikers on motorcycles with the black leather jackets and bandanas, and they pulled over right in front of us. They got off their motorcycles, they came over and they said Shabbat Shalom. They started embracing and hugging and shaking Rabbi Weiner's hand. Rabbi Weiner was wishing them a good Shabbos and, come over the house. And this is just, I think, one minuscule example of what both of these rabbis have done for the whole community of Sharon and the surrounding towns.
One ongoing thing that I really appreciate about the Kollel is whenever I see Bracha or Chaya or Rabbi Weiner or Rabbi Froelich, they just brighten up my day. They have this magnanimous smile that changes my whole day and my outlook for the week, for my life. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
One of the things that makes the Sharon Jewish Community great. Happy to have them here. Don't know how we did it without them.
They are in many ways my role models for how to lead a Jewish life, a life of proper conduct, of good midos. They always look sharp. I'm not that way. They always look sharp. It's amazing. They are such beautiful people. Their families are beautiful. It's just being near them is an inspiration.
It's been transformative. I've been a big supporter of the Kollel from day one. I love you. I love Moshe, Chaya, Bracha. I mean, you guys have been amazing. You've brought people together in a way that nobody else could have imagined. And I think anybody who's been around for a while assumed something like this could never take place in Sharon. But again, I think I've said this to you before, there was a certain wonderful, youthful spirit when you came here in which you didn't know there were any limits. And since you didn't know there were limits, you went and you did things that nobody else thought could be accomplished. So personally, it's brought me very close to you guys. And I've loved studying and learning and engaging in activities. You've brought many, many different activities through the Brotherhood and through other, synagogue events. Going out and having the entire community together for Lag BaOmer, for example, something like that is amazing. And it's just created a sense of unity that really is unique. And I think that's why you folks are so unique. And it's just been a privilege to get to work with you and participate.
After 9 years of having the Froelichs and the Wieners here, I think everybody has seen how they shared themselves, their families. They are looking to better the practice of Yiddishkeit and understanding of the Torah for each and every one of us, and how they want to share the beauty of the Torah and sharing how the Torah and its way of life is something that's beautiful.
I mean, you both have changed my world, my children's world. 6 years ago, we were not from, and now I am from. I am happily married. I have two amazing children who go to, amazing yeshivas. I have Hashem in our heart and in our world. What you both have done for our family, thank you, would never be enough.
Well, I think that the Kollel affected the Sharon community by breaking down barriers that the different synagogues, the different shuls, were different people. And that the Kollel made everybody feel like everybody's the same. You might go to your shul or we'll go to our shul, but everybody really is the same, and we can all get along whether people are ultra-Orthodox or Reform or unaffiliated at all. Everybody seems to get along fine as long as, the Kollel is putting on an event. It just seems like we're just Jews.
They're like a glue of the community. They bring everyone together. They are able to connect with everyone on every level. And of course, I can't say enough about the kids programming.
I like that it's a really relaxed class and that you can always learn really interesting things while not having too hard things to learn. And also, every so often you get to have a good laugh with some extra characters that we make up and all the different rabbis that teach us and people. It's really interesting. I would say if people want to be around their friends and if they like food, then they should definitely go, because also with the learning, it's a lot of fun to be with your friends and be able to learn with them.
Well, I like that he makes the learning fun and interesting, and he brings good stories to tell that we can discuss afterward.
You should join.
On a personal level, I learn with Rabbi Wiener. I try to learn on a weekly basis, not always successfully, but very much enjoy learning with him, and he's really had a very beneficial impact on my learning and my enjoyment of learning. And the Kollel to me is really it's called the Sharon Community Kollel, but it really is the one organization that really brings the community together. It's at Kollel functions where I see people and I meet people where I wouldn't meet them otherwise under other circumstances. And I think it's really wonderful to see the entire community come together for Kollel events, and see how the Kollel has impacted people across the spectrum in Sharon.
So the Kollel is something special. It's something unusual. You have two young men, rich in Torah knowledge and Torah thought, with charisma and personality, and actually caring enough to bring what would otherwise be disparate parts of the community together. They, without even mentioning anything in particular that they do, the fact that they're here, the fact that they exist, the fact that they are a community resource is by itself enough to make them an incredibly valuable, invaluable resource to the community.
Great classes, the way they're so inclusive and pull people from all over the community in.
He's got a great way of making sort of very deep concepts come to life very easy, sort of spoon feeds it to you. Usually he hooks you in with a story that you can relate to, and then, I'm all his. I could just listen. The only bad thing about Yitzi is he has to stop. I just love to listen. I could listen for hours and days. And I've got an attention of an ant. And I can just pay attention and listen to everything he has to say. He's got a real gift.
When I'm in the gym, in the supermarket, and I run into people and they start talking to me, first I didn't even know they were Jewish, and second of all, I say, oh, we love that Kollel, that Rabbi Yitzi, that Rabbi Freundlich. So I think they spread such achdus and make people feel so good about Yiddishkeit, and I think this is what the Kadosh Baruch Hu wants from all of us, to follow their example in this manner.
It's the unique organization in the Jewish community of Sharon that brings together Jews of all stripes in one place and time, and I think that's very special.
Honestly, above and beyond what they've done for my wife and the boys and our family, which is a lot, is that what impresses me about the Kollel Rabbi Reno, Rabbi Froelich, and Rabbi Freeman, who's now in Atlanta. Their honesty, integrity, and especially their modesty in helping everyone and anyone that comes to them, regardless of whether religiously or socially or whatever. If they can help, they will, and if they can't help, they'll find a way for help to be done.
Well, I won't use the term kooky. That wouldn't be nice, but they're fun guys as well, and they bring joy to the community. And teaching Torah in its purest form is something they exemplify. But they do it in the context, I'd say, of Chaverim Kol Yisrael. So where we may have some distinctions, naturally, as we all do, theologically, personally, and in movements, when it comes to Chaverim, when it comes to friends with all Israel, they're the best. And so, in their honor, we'd like to, I don't know if you know this with this song that I used to sing. Maybe you'll sing along with me. Hai Chaverim Kol Yisrael, Hai Chaverim Kol Yisrael, Chaverim, Chaverim, Chaverim Kol Yisrael, Hai Chaverim Kol Yisrael, Hai Chaverim Kol Yisrael, Hai Chaverim, Chaverim, Hai Chaverim Kol Yisrael. Toda Rabah.
If you were both as talented as you are and not as personable, we would have enough to be thankful for. If you were personable but you didn't have the kind of memory that could somehow keep track of hundreds of people and their children and their jobs and what their mishigas is and what concerns them, and bring it all to bear, we would have enough to be grateful for. What you've done for the community is indescribable, and I think, in a word, the right word for the kollel would be indispensable.